As the fireworks go off once again, as they always do around this time of year, we realize just how far we've come over the time that we've been together in this game, and just how much of an impact it's left on anyone who's played it for the amount of time that we have. I mean, whether you've been around for only a short amount of time or you've been around as long as I have, you can really appreciate how far this game has come in the time that it's been around. And I know I touched on it last week, but it really does make you really think about what's happened in the 5 years since A Realm Reborn began. And now that we're to this point, what else we can look forward to. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world. Matthew back with you here in Eorzea Autism for another edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog here on Final Fantasy XIV's Exodus server. See, I'll try and make sure that I can leave the fireworks on as long as I can. I mean, this is the last time they're going for at least this round for this particular day within the cycle here in Limsa, which is always, I've found, the best place to watch the fireworks going off of all the 3 city-states, because there's so many buildings in Ul'dah, and the forests in Gridania kind of obscure the vision, but in Limsa you really have the best view of the fireworks, and you really get to enjoy them as they were meant to be enjoyed. I mean, yeah, we've got the shining lighthouse over there that kind of might, for some, take away from the beauty, but it doesn't bother me, and I enjoy it very much, getting to watch the fireworks whenever they go off. But yeah, it's been a crazy, exciting week since the launch of the Rising a week ago here in Final Fantasy XIV. Of course, we started by getting to see it on day 1 and getting to observe the observations and experiences of other people who got to bear witness to the calamity, which is of course the catalyst for A Realm Reborn being in existence in the first place. And then seeing, on top of that, getting to experience battle as it was originally done in Final Fantasy XIV by people coming together to defeat enemies who were invading the cities of Eorzea, most notably Ul'dah, and getting to do that. And I did mention this before in the previous streams earlier this week, that I thought it was a bit of a shame that we could not experience combat within the other 2 cities, Limsa and Gridania. And I really would have been curious to find out what would have combat been like if those 2 cities got featured in the Calamity Untold challenge that takes you over to Ul'dah and has you go fight off Guardians and monsters and a whole bunch of other things. It's just really incredible to know what the experience was like as far as in-city combat in the original Final Fantasy XIV, and that it was recreated for the purposes of being able to celebrate it with the 5th year of the release of A Realm Reborn. Definitely one of the most interesting experiences, but yeah, I would go so far as to say not one in terms of a great amount of replay value unless you were wanting to really get a lot of fireworks. Like, if you went into a full cycle and you got in with a group and you got the maximum reward for completing each of the 5 challenges, you could get the 2 main the 2 main treasures for completing the challenge, the Manderville earrings and the White Raven earrings. And then after that, everything else was help yourself to as many fireworks as you can get your hands on. Which, if you're really into collecting fireworks, that's great. But beyond that, it would have been nice to see some more things made available to us as far as treasures are concerned, for rewards for doing the various fates. Like, obviously, because this is combat based, you can go in there with a class that's not level 70 and you can use it as a way to build up experience points if you're getting bored of Heaven on High or if you're getting bored of Palace of the Dead. Like, there's definitely those options available to you to be able to experience getting combats in a group situation and not being in a dungeon per se, but getting to go and check something out that's different, that's not the traditional dungeon, and being able to see what it's all about, and having that opportunity to see like the combat recreation from 1.0. I definitely think they're like, as I said, as far as awards, I think there could have been more, or there could have been more useful items that could have been used for getting for rewards, but I think the experience of itself, getting to see combat as it was in Final Fantasy XIV 1.0, I think that experience alone is enough to really give you an amazing opportunity to get to see something that so many of us would not have been able to witness otherwise. And knowing that they opted to do that for us and give us really something that as a community we could work together on to help each other to be successful, like that's really what community is all about in this game. Working together for common cause, getting something accomplished that you know is going to take a lot of work. You know it won't be easy. You know it won't be given to you on a silver platter, but that's what's so great about it. You get to work together as a lot of people, as a community, to be able to achieve something wonderful. And if you're doing it just for the earrings and you don't go back, like, that's fine. But of course you get many opportunities until the Rising is over, because it's still going on for 2 more weeks. And as far as I can tell, it will keep going until the release of patch 4.4, which they have started now putting up the teaser for. They have now started doing the teasers for patch 4.4's main story. And so within the next couple of weeks, we will find out exactly what we can look forward to with that and see how it's all going to go down. Because if you remember the last time when we were dealing with the main story, Doma had been completely revitalized as far as its enclave was concerned. Yotsuyu and her brother were gone. And so, not only that, we also said goodbye to Gosetsu, who decided to retire from being Lord Hien's retainer, as well as saying goodbye to Alphanode, who, as we saw, is stranded out in the middle of the desert with the Garlean soldiers who he chose to befriend because he was concerned for their safety and well-being. And so, knowing that we have a bit of a starting point, plus on top of that, Xenos is alive somehow. Xenos is alive somehow, and we are trying to figure out how is he alive, what's he doing, and how can we stop him again if we have to confront him, which we more than likely will. We won't know until we get to the patch 4.4, but like I said, it's only a matter of time now before we get to that point, and as sure as the sun rises here in Limsa Lominsa, we can look forward to the sun rising on a brand new adventure here in this game. So we definitely have something to look forward to within the next few weeks, and we certainly have a lot to tide us over until that point arrives. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog. As always, if you have a character here on Exodus or looking to create one on Exodus, and you're interested in joining our free company, we'd be more than happy to have you with us. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.